On January 22, 2008, Australian actor Heath Ledger died of an accidental drug overdose at the age of 28. You may not know Heath Ledger, but you may have seen him as the taciturn, tortured cowboy in Del Mar and On Lee's film, or in the Batman film The Dark Knight. At just 28 years old, the handsome Australian actor was at the peak of his career. To his admirers, he seemed to have it all. Heath Ledger was born on April 4, 1979, in Perth, Western Australia, to a French teacher mother and a mining engineer who also competed in motor racing. His ancestry is of Scottish, English, and Irish descent. Heath Ledger attended Marymount Primary School in Gooseberry Hill, and later, when he entered Guildford Grammar School, he had to choose between cooking or drama as an elective. He tried his hand at drama. Though talented, Heath Ledger's classmates didn't recognize his talent. He played Peter Pan in a school production at the age of 10. His parents separated when he was 10 and divorced when he was 11. His sister Kate, an actress turned publicist, was very close to Heath Ledger and inspired his onstage performances. After taking his early leaving exams at 16 and receiving his diploma, Heath Ledger left school and drove to Sydney with Trevor DiCarlo, his best friend since the age of 3. Heath Ledger believed Sydney was where dreams come true, or at least where actors might get their big breaks. Arriving in Sydney with, it is said, only 69 cents, he did everything he could to get out of his predicament. His first real acting job was in a low-budget film called Blackstone, which was a bland cliché, a teenage angst film about a boy's struggles after learning that his best partner raped a girl. He only played a small role in the film. After the small role, he auditioned for the TV show Sweat, which followed a group of young Olympic hopefuls. He was offered one of two roles, one as a swimmer and the other as a gay cyclist. Heath Ledger accepted the latter because he felt that in order to truly stand out as an actor, he had to accept unique roles that stood out from the crowd. This brought him a small amount of attention, but unfortunately, the show was quickly axed, forcing him to find other roles. He had a brief stint in Breaking Away, in which he played a surfer who falls in love with a summer bay girl. He then had a very brief role in Pause, a film that existed purely to make money off guitar prodigy Nathan Cavallari's brief rise to fame when he was the hottest thing in Australia. Heath Ledger played a student in a stage production of Shakespeare's play, in which he played Oberon. It was a very short-lived role, which provided him with a small salary but did nothing to help his career. He also traveled to the United States to audition for film roles and starred opposite the then-unknown Vera Farmiga in Roar. Australian director Gregor Jordan then auditioned him for the lead role in Two Hands, which he eventually got. His performance in the crime thriller Two Hands helped him land a role in 10 Things I Hate About You. After this, Heath Ledger seemed to be typecast as a young hunk, which he didn't like, so he accepted a role in The Patriot, a very serious war drama. He had supporting roles in The Patriot as Gabriel Martin, the eldest son of Benjamin Martin, as well as in A Knight's Tale, The Four Feathers, The Order, Ned Kelly, Casanova, The Brothers Grimm, and Lords of Dogtown. Heath Ledger accepted almost every role, any role that avoided being typecast. Some roles received critical acclaim, such as his role in Monsters Dance, but his version of Ned Kelly was a complete flop, leading to publishers being hesitant to release it even outside of Australia. Heath Ledger finally got the success he deserved with his role in Brokeback Mountain. He stars in the film as Wyoming ranch hand Ennis Del Mar, who is romantically involved with aspiring rodeo rider Jack Twist. He was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Drama Series, a Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actor, a BAFTA Award for Best Actor, and an Academy Award for Best Actor for this performance. At 26, he became the 8th youngest nominee in the category. On January 22, 2008, Heath Ledger was found dead in his apartment in Manhattan's Soho neighborhood with a bottle of prescription sleeping pills nearby. It was concluded weeks later that he died from an accidental overdose of prescription drugs, including painkillers, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety pills. His death occurred during the editing process of The Dark Knight and during filming of his final role as Tony in Terry Gilliam's Parnassus. About half of Tony's final film role in the Doctor Who. Gilliam chose to adapt the film after his death, having fellow actors Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell perform fantasy transformations of his character so that Heath Ledger's final performance could be seen. Posthumously, he was awarded the 2007 Independent Spirit Robert Altman Award along with the other actors, directors, and casting directors of the film I'm Not There, a film inspired by the life and songs of the American singer-composer home Bob Dylan. In the film, Heath Ledger plays a fictional actor named Robbie Clark, one of 6 characters who embody Dylan's life and personality. A few months before his death, Ledger completed his performance as the Joker in The Dark Knight. His untimely death cast a somber pall over subsequent publicity for the $185 million production of The Batman. Ledger received more than 30 posthumous accolades for his critically acclaimed performance as the psychopathic clown prince of crime in the film, including the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and the 2008 Australian Film Institute Award for Best Actor. International Award, the 2008 Los Angeles Film Critics Circle Award for Best Supporting Actor. The second actor to win an acting award, a film after the 2009 Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, and won the 2009 BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actor. Ledger aspired to become a film director and made several music videos with his production company The Masses. Director Todd Haynes praised Ledger highly when accepting the ISP Robert Altman Award on February 23, 2008. Ledger shared the award posthumously. In 2006, Ledger directed the music video for the title track of Australian hip-hop artist NFA's debut solo CD, Cause and Effect, as well as the music video for the single Seduction is Evil. Later that year, Ledger co-founded a new record label, The Masses Music, with singer Ben Harper, and directed the music video for Harper's song Morning Yearning. At a press conference at the 2007 Venice Film Festival, Ledger spoke of his desire to make a documentary about British singer-songwriter Nick Drake, who died of an overdose of antidepressants in 1974, died at the age of 26. Ledger wrote and starred in a music video set to Drake's 1974 recording of the singer's song about depression, Black-Eyed Dog, whose title was inspired by Winston Churchill's depiction of depression. Inspired by sexual terms, it has only been screened publicly twice, first at the Bumbershoot Festival in Seattle from September 1 to 3, 2007, secondly, as part of A Place to Be, Nick Drake Celebration, screening of Their Place, Reflections on Nick Drake, a series of short films honoring Nick Drake, sponsored by the American Film Archive, on October 5, 2007 held at Grauman's Egyptian Theater in Hollywood. After Ledger's death, his Black-Eyed Dog music video hit the internet. Ledger is also an avid chess player and has participated in tournaments. As an adult, he often played chess with other chess enthusiasts in Manhattan's Washington Square Park. He is a fan of the West Coast Eagles, an Australian rules football team that competes in the Australian Rugby League and is based in his hometown of Perth. Ledger was also an obsessive photographer who loved to take still photos and then draw on them with paint, markers, or nails. Ledger reportedly has struggled with substance abuse. After Ledger's death, Entertainment Tonight aired a 2006 video clip in which Ledger said he had smoked 5 joints a day for the last 20 years. News outlets reported that his substance abuse prompted Williams to ask him to move out of their apartment in Brooklyn. On Tuesday, January 22, 2008, at around 3 p.m., Ledger was found lying on his bed in his loft at 421 Broome Street in Soho, Manhattan, by housekeeper Teresa Solomon and masseuse Diana Volozin. Unconscious. According to police, Volozin arrived early to meet Ledger at 3 p.m. and called his friend Mary-Kate Olsen for help. Olsen was in Los Angeles at the time and directed her New York City private security to go to the scene. At 3:26 p.m., less than 15 minutes after she first saw Mr. Ledger in bed and minutes after first calling Ms. Olsen, Volozin called 911, said Mr. Ledger was not breathing. At the 911 operator's urging, Volozin performed CPR but was unsuccessful in resuscitating him. Paramedics and emergency medical technicians arrived 7 minutes later, at 3:33 p.m., but were unable to revive him. At 3:36 p.m., Ledger was pronounced dead and his body was removed from the apartment. He was 28 years old at the time. A preliminary autopsy and subsequent full toxicology report concluded that Ledger's death was caused by acute intoxication caused by the combined effects of oxycodone, hydrocodone, diazepam, temazepam, alprazolam, and doxylamine. According to experts, this combination can cause a person's brain and brainstem to fall asleep and stop heart and lung function. Although Ledger's portrayal of the Joker was initially controversial, it is now generally considered to be his finest performance. Ledger himself considered this the one he enjoyed the most. Ledger's Joker is often ranked as one of the greatest and most iconic villains in film and pop culture, and has become one of the most famous media adaptations of the character.